Life is a series of peaks and valleys. We all have ups and downs in our lives. Hi everyone, it's Vivek Patel here from Meaningful Ideas, talking about non-coercive collaborative parenting and also about life, because when we understand, as we deepen our understanding about life, it gives us more capacity to work with our kids, because kids is life. They're learning about life and we're in life together with them. People always talk about kids. One day they'll have to be in the real world, but kids are in the real world all the time. They go to the grocery store and the bank, and they deal with other kids, and they deal with adults, and they deal with criticism, and they deal with limitations on them all the time. Kids are always dealing with all that kind of stuff. And you can see in kids' lives, their lives are a series of peaks and valleys as well. They have good days and bad days, and good experiences and bad experiences. And a lot of the time we resist the valleys and we have trouble letting go of the peaks. But I've found the more I kind of notice whether I'm in a peak and a valley, and I adjust how I'm living my life based on that, it can really help. So when I'm in a valley, I'll often slow down a bit. I'll take more care with my thoughts. I'll listen closer to how I'm talking about myself, to myself, my self-talk. I'll put reminders around. I'll put reminders on my phone to be compassionate to myself and to rest. I'll write in my journal. I'll take a little more time. I'll reach out to friends. I've developed some strategies over the years that I know help me come back to my center when I'm in a valley. And a lot of the time, the valleys are, they're like desert and scorpions and cacti and the snakes, and they're biting your ankles, and you're just barely able to take one step after the other. And it takes a lot of strength to get through the valley. And then if other people are depending on you, then you have to have strength for them too, because that's what it is with kids, right? Kids depend on our strength, and we barely can hold it together for ourselves sometimes. And so it's important for us to have compassion for the valleys that we go through in life, and then we can have more compassion for our kids too. And then we can help them see that life has peaks and valleys in it. And we can develop strategies, and we can develop the capacity to manage both. When we're in the valley, we really take care of ourselves, we learn what we can, and we survive as we can. And then when we're in the peak, we can use it to rest and to learn and to grow and to deepen, and to energize ourselves in preparation for the next valley. And oftentimes, when we're growing, life is a spiral. It spirals up. But each of these revolutions has peaks and valleys in it. Because if you look at it if you look at the spiral here and you turn it this way, and you look, it's just going round and round, peaks and valleys. But we're actually climbing as we do it, right? I call this the circle is the spiral. So if you find yourself in a valley right now, have some compassion for yourself. It's not easy. And it's happened before, it'll happen again. But right now, have compassion for yourself. And try and think about what you can do to support yourself. What little extra things can you do to support yourself? Sometimes it's just micro things. One of the courses I'm going to be releasing is micro practices for the busy, stressed out parent, because a lot of the time we don't have time to do a lot of long, drawn-out self-care exercises. But if we have micro practices, they can really help us. And I'm going to make a few videos coming up in the next few days about micro meditation, micro self-compassion, micro self-observation. Those are my big 3 micro practices, but I've got about 20 that I've developed that are really helpful, and I'm going to share them with you soon. So think about that. Think about having compassion for yourself when you're in a valley. Believe that you're going to get to another peak. And understand the cyclical nature of life, and the more we merge with it, the more we flow with it, the more we can also be a conscious participant in that flow. It's not easy, but it's good for us to practice that, and it's good to help our kids develop the capacity to recognize when they're in a peak and when they're in a valley and the in-between stages. And of course, it's not a binary; it's a flow. It's a spectrum, but still, it's worth having that awareness. All right, everybody, peace out. Please follow me on all the spaces at Meaningful Ideas, and check out my free course, Guiding Without Controlling, at meaningfulideas.com. And I love you all, and I believe in you, and I know you can do it. Keep working at the conscious parenting stuff. It's not easy, but you're changing the world. You're changing ancient patterns, and I really appreciate the hard work that you're doing.